This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Friday, May 9th. A mix of sun and clouds for most of the day. There's a chance of an afternoon thunderstorm. The high will be 78. Skies will clear this evening with a low of 61. The weekend is shaping up to be very nice, with lots of sunshine both Saturday and Sunday, and highs topping out at 78. A few clouds may drift in the evening, with overnight lows in the upper 50s. Here are today's headlines. The Texas House gave initial approval to a bill Thursday that would ban citizens of China, Iran, North Korea, and Russia from owning properties in Texas, moving the state one step closer to creating barriers for property ownership to people from countries deemed hostile. On a largely partisan vote of 85 to 60, the House approved the bill, making it the latest Republican-led policy once considered too extreme for the House, now on a direct path to becoming law as the chamber shifts further to the right. The bill has drawn disdain from many in Texas's Asian American community, who have called it racist and a proposal that could unintentionally subject them to violence. The bill targets hostile nations named in a 2025 threat assessment report from the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Companies, government organizations, and citizens from those countries would no longer be able to purchase any property in Texas. The bill's initial passage came after a fiery debate, which ultimately led to a proposal that created exceptions for non-citizens from hostile nations who entered the country legally, whether through student and work visas or the asylum process. Republicans also amended the bill to give the governor's office unilateral power to declare additional nations subject to the ban. In other news, North Texas's Catholic community reacted with surprise and excitement to Thursday's news that Cardinal Robert Prevost was elected the first American pope in the 2,000-year history of the Catholic Church. The 69-year-old Prevost, an American missionary who spent his career ministering in Peru and led the Vatican's powerful office of bishops, took the name Leo XIV. Dallas's Bishop Edward J. Burns said at a news conference at the Catholic Diocese of Dallas, "This is a moment of profound hope and renewal for the Church. This is a historic moment for the Catholic Church in the United States and throughout the world." While Burns said he has never met Leo XIV, he said the new pope is well-versed and has made great connections all over the world, from his upbringing in Chicago to time spent serving in Peru. Burns said he expects advocacy for peace to be a large part of Leo XIV's pontificate and ministry. Next up, separate bills making their way through the Texas Legislature have banks and consumer advocates on edge, posing challenges to the state's financial infrastructure and its pro-business bent. At issue are two sets of bills regulating credit card processing fees, which collectively set a record of nearly $188 billion last year. That's according to Nielsen Report data. While they can cost individuals hundreds of dollars per year in transaction fees, that money helps fund credit card perks and rewards programs that consumers have embraced. Texas's efforts to regulate the fees may seem in the weeds, but some critics say the downstream effects could seep into the everyday financial affairs of consumers and risk Governor Greg Abbott's carefully cultivated pro-business stance. The legislation has brought together an unlikely coalition of skeptics, including the leader of the largest bank in America. In a wide-ranging interview in March with reporters and editors from the Dallas Morning News, J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon said that he was very bullish on Texas. Still, the Wall Street veteran warned that various efforts in the Lone Star State to reform consumer banking should be very thoughtfully done. Fix the problem, but don't make it so that banks don't want to bank here. And the Academy of Country Music Awards, which some call the Party of the Year, assembled many of the genre's biggest stars in Frisco on Thursday. The awards were held at the Ford Center at the Star and hosted by Reba McEntire for the 18th time. The 60th anniversary show was also live-streamed on Prime Video and Amazon Music's Twitch channel. Lainey Wilson scored the top prize for Entertainer of the Year and won Female Artist of the Year, Album of the Year, and Artist Songwriter of the Year. Ella Langley, the new Female Artist of the Year, won Single of the Year and Music Event of the Year for her smash hit duet with Riley Green, You Look Like You Love Me. Other winners included Chris Stapleton for Male Artist of the Year and Texas-born Cody Johnson for Song of the Year. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back on Monday with more from the Dallas Morning News.